Hello, Kukomi here, and today, let's end this. Ashnard is right in front of us. We don't have much to do, we just have to get over to him. Welcome back to another episode of Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Last time, well, we've continued our assaults on Ashnard's army. Sorry about that, I had to move my seat a second, that's why my voice sort of went weird there. And, well, today, it's time we end this. We are taking Ashnard down now. I mean, I guess right now, it'll be in a few minutes. We got some, scrub paladins to take care of first. These guys are not that threatening, even they appear really threatening. With their steel weapons. Jeez. Like, at least the paladins over here had brave weapons. Why steel? It bugs me so much. Late endgame enemies should not have steel weapons. That's just a no-no. Don't do that. Game, why? If you're gonna make enemies tough, give them strong weapons. So with that, I believe. Yeah, okay, so with that, we'll just have Ike continue his way up here, and we'll have Anna come up here as well. I could have Har try and Kanto in. I'm tempted to see if I can just save your Nephany up, but again, she won't be able to do anything because of the lack of Wishblade. Mist will be good to have here. Let's see. So these guys are literally just running into a corner, running away. I mean, come on, Ronald isn't that scary. He's a blue cat. I mean, I guess blue cats aren't normal. You don't really see blue cats quite often. Or at all. I mean, I guess someone could dye their cat blue, but who the heck would do that? That's kinda messed up. With that, we'll just have Enna and Gifka work their way towards Ashnard. We'll have Ronald clean up over here. I like how they go to the wall, though. It's like they're hiding in the corner, like, get away from me! I didn't sign up for this! Well, buddy, if you're defending Ashnard, you totally signed up for this. Just saying. Ooh, Ronald's got a level up. That might be the last level up we see, which is kind of weird to think. Hey, not a bad note to end on. If that is the last level up we see. Watch, I'm going to get one more level up and I'm going to get, like, no stats out of it. Because that's just how life goes, you know? So yeah. Go ahead, drop Nephany off there. Still really afraid of Ashnard just surprising me and moving. But I think we're good. I'm going to rescue Ike. Forward a few, squares. It'll save him like half a turn or something. Not that much, but something. Sure, won't me just come up here as well for the hell of it. And I guess we can try and bolt Ashnard. Yeah, it does 0 damage. You can see how that worked out. And now Ashnard's no longer facing straight forward like he was before. Such a shame. Such a shame. And we'll have Valencia wait behind that tree. I think Leith is somewhere as well. I actually... Dude, you can't just go in there. Like, that's not how it works. That guy's just like, nope, 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 I'm out of here. I seen what they can do. That black lion can one-round Bryce. Do you think I want to go against him? My life isn't worth that. Jeez. Okay, well, Anna got... I guess that... So this is... that's kind of worse than Ronald's level. We'll pretend Ronald had the last level up, okay? How does that sound? I think this is Anna's first time actually fighting this chapter. I think. If it is, wow. I managed to go this long. It doesn't help that Anna's only like 6 movement. She's like a general in that sense. And I think I've said my opinion on generals. Always ready to roll when you're not needed, Leith. Good job. Wow, that sounds really condescending and awful. I am sorry. You are a cool character, Leith. I like you. There's a reason I've been using you. Okay. We could attack Ashnard this turn. And see that, yeah, even Gifka I mean, granted, his massive HP pool will let him take a hit. I don't think Gifka has any skills. He has Roar, which is the mastery skill of Laguz, so appropriate. Nonetheless. Nonetheless? Why did I say nonetheless? You have 1 HP. Wow. Ronald, claim your final kill of the series, because you're about to untransform, and I doubt you'll transform back in time. Like I said, if I do get a chance, I really do want to show Jill's conversation. A lot of people have conversations with Ashnard. Even Rayson, of all people, has a conversation with Ashnard, even though he can't actually initiate an attack. But I really want to show Jill, because when I was looking at the conversations that people had with Ashnard, Jill's just really stood out to me as something special. And I really wanted to share that with you guys. I think it's a really neat, I think it's a really special conversation. It didn't go the way I expected it to go, would be the best way to put it. Have you wait right here, because I don't want the I'm still paranoid about Ashnard moving, and I don't want the possibility of both Ashnard and the Paladin teaming up against Jill. And actually, wait a second, could I? Nope. Alright, well, I think that's going to do it for this turn. You're going to attack Inna, that's fine. Inna can handle you just as fine. No issue here. Even if Inna doubles, that won't one round, and she didn't double. That makes me sad. Yeah, Inna has just turned out a lot more disappointing than Nasir. But I think it's because Nasir also comes at like level 17, and Inna comes at like a level 10. Not that that should make that much of a difference, because I think their stats are almost the same. But still, I just remember Nasir being so good, and Inna's just been kind of disappointing. And I hate to say that, because she's a good character. I like her as a character. But as a unit, she just... I guess my main issue is she can't double, and her hit rates are a bit shaky. And I like it when units can double. That's been a big thing for me. I really like it when I much prefer units who can double and not do as much damage to units who can only hit what. Yeah. No. What I could do is unequip and use the Laguz Stone, and she now has transformed stats, which means she's not held back by any stats. Let's go ahead. Ike should have the first hit on Ashnard. That does do a lot to him, though. Well, I missed nearby to heal, so... I remember that stance well. So your father taught you swordplay, did he? How very happy that makes me. Mad King Ashnard, I will cut you down with this blade and end your reign of terror. You cut me down? Good. If you possess the strength to do so, then so be it. That process is the principle on which my ideal world operates. What are you talking about? So, that theme you heard right there was not actually Ashnard's full theme. He actually has a full version of that song. I'm going to edit it in, so I'm going to turn the background volume down because I can do that. And I'm going to let you listen to the full version of his theme. I'm just going to edit it in the background. So, without further ado, here is one of my favorite songs in this game, To Challenge King Ashnard. I hope you enjoyed that song. I really like it. You only hear the full version in hard mode, and even then only under very specific circumstances, I'm afraid. But yes, pretty much you're going to be relying on Ike and the Royal of your choosing to do damage. And Nasur if you had him. Anna doesn't seem to be cut out for the job. Stefan isn't a bad choice either. Ashnard does heal automatically at the little turn. I don't think he has renewal. I think it's just built into his weapon. And surprised he chose to attack Gifka. Ooh, though I don't know if Gifka could survive another hit. So I would really like it if he did. Yeah, no, he doesn't. That's a shame. Actually, we might be able to finish him off this turn. But just to be on the safe side, we're going to Physic Gifka. So that way... So my plan is, Gifka's going to attack, then Ike will attack. And if that doesn't work, then I can use the Ashera Staff to heal both of them. I kind of want to show the Ashera Staff at least once before the series ends. Let's see, 9... 15... 9 plus 15 is 24, so that'll be just barely short of a kill. Oh, but I want to make sure Ike gets the kill. I feel like it's important that Ike gets it, of all people. So... I can't really rescue Gifka out. What I'm going to do is I'm going to let him go one more round against Gifka. Let Gifka weaken him just a little bit more. And then we'll have Ike take on Ashnard. Not that Ike really needs it, but it just speeds up the fight immensely. I do have to say, one topic I've been meaning to talk about, and one thing I have been forgetting to talk about, is that the lack of a final boss theme, or not final boss theme, a final chapter theme. For those of you who played newer Fire Emblem games, you're probably used to like a brand new theme just sort of playing just for the final chapter and no Aether, so that means we'll have to wait possibly a turn or two more. And you know, just for kicks and giggles, we're going to use the Ashera Staff. Wow, that leveled her up. I did not expect that to level her up. I mean, granted, it's really strong, but wow. See, I told you, that's going to be my last level up of the series. It's going to be Mist getting no stats. Well, at least she caps magic and speed. But still. Okay, let's see how Inna does without. Yep, still pretty bad. But yes. The lack of a final boss, or the final chapter music, you just have Congregation of Ambition playing here. Soren, I completely forgot about you. Is Leith down here in the bushes? No, she's up here. She's up here. At least I moved Leith. Forgot about Soren. But yeah. And I sort of agree with that. It does kind of suck that we don't have a unique final chapter theme. But at the same time, I would also put forth the argument that it hasn't really been a mainstay in the Fire Emblem series by this point to have a unique theme for the final chapter. In fact, I think that started with Radiant Dawn. Fire Emblem Sacred Stones had a unique theme for its final map, and so did Genealogy of the Holy War in Fire Emblem Gaiden. But Genealogy of the Holy War is an interesting exception because there's only like 11 to 12 chapters in the entire game, so every chapter got its own unique theme. Gaiden was a special case because Gaiden, and that just left Sacred Stones, which got its own specialty for the final map. So I guess you could say, like, and technically you could argue Binding Blade and Blazing Sword had their own final themes, but they played across a set of maps rather than just one singular map. But yeah, I kind of wish we had a theme that wasn't just Congregation of Ambition, but Congregation of Ambition is good, and I think it is still fitting for this. And at least Ashnard got his own theme. With that, well, let's see Ashnard handle next turn. I didn't actually know you could miss one of the hits. I thought both hits either landed or did not land. Well, that was awkward. Ike's like, yeah, I'm going to finish this, and then misses the second hit. You got one more chance, Ike. Don't mess up. Excellent. Excellent. So good. More I say. At this time of ascension, it's not enough. Not enough. Now, it is truly over. Enna, stay back. The King's Mount is still alive. Stay back! Enna! No! What's going on? His mount is so calm. Ike, let them be. Nasir, what's this all about? That is her mate. As death nears, he has regained his sanity. King Dayan's mount is Enna's mate. Rajayon. Liani, what is it? A Laguz? No, it can't be. Ashnard's mount was a wyvern, wasn't it? Oh, what are you doing? Be patient, please. There's something we want to try. Racing, that's... Liani told me that dragon's true form had been warped, so he sang the Galder of rebirth. Rajayon. Rajayon? Do you know who I am? Enna. Yes. Yes, you recognize me. Way to ruin the moment. You were made to suffer because of me. I'm sorry. Rajayon, Rajayon. Oh, Rajayon. Enna, let's return to Goldoa, the two of us, together. I will go anywhere, my love, as long as it is with you. Enna, from this day forward, forever. Ah, Rajayon. He was one of the dragon tribe. That's right. He and Enna were engaged to be married. And then he was driven mad by King Dayan, and his form warped. I see. Hmm? Ah, is that? No, dang it. Ah, here it is. What is it, miss? Did you find something? The medallion, Ike, the medallion. I finally have it back. Missed. That medallion is... Yeah, I know. Racing, Leanne. What? Here. Oh. The medallion belongs in Serenus Forest. My mother was only holding it for Lilia. Leanne, you take it. Thank you, daughter of Elena. In memory of my departed sister, I accept the medallion from you. For the past year, I've been focused on winning this war. I stand here today as a testament to your fortitude and commitment. I understand this will never suffice, but I want to take a moment to say something to you all. Thank you. I hope I may continue to rely on you. Of course, I hope that I may continue to be of service. You've grown so much. I would like nothing better if Commander Grail and Elena could see you now. What a long road we've traveled, and yet in many ways it seemed to pass so quickly. I'm glad it's finally over. We did it. We did well, didn't we? I'm sure Mom and Dad would be proud of us. Commander Ike. I'm going to keep practicing so I can be better than ever. Thanks for having faith in me. Finally. It's finally over. At long last we can return to life without war. Praise the goddess. Ike, are we going back to being mercenaries? I'm a great soldier and all, but the easygoing life of a mercenary is the only life for me. Now let's go find some good-looking lasses. Bah, I suppose you want some kind of congratulations now, right? Well, too bad. You're a snot-nosed whelp, and I'm still better than you. Don't ever forget that. Hey, boss, we did it! Woohoo! You know, I'm completely in love with your fighting style. If I could train under you, it would be great, so let me stick around for a while, alright? I've no more work here. I'll be leaving you shortly. If you have need of my services, you know how to reach me. Alencia, you've had to wait a long time, but I finally fulfilled my contract. The mission is complete. My Lord Ike, on behalf of all Crimea and my departed father, mother, and uncle, I thank you once again. Oh, stop. Come on. Will you please stop doing that? Pardon? I think I've gotten used to a few of these noble customs and whatnot, but I still can't handle the bowing. It makes me angsty and itchy, too. Oh, my Lord Ike. Oh, glorious day of sweet victory! Praise upon the day this goddess did see fit to send Sir Ike to save our land. Thank you, General Ike. Because of you, I believe we better understand how best serve Princess Alencia. Through your strength, the dark clouds that blanketed Crimea have been dispelled. From this day forth, we will give our all to see restoration of this land and its people. Phew, I'm glad that's over. When I saw King Dayan, I was sure I was done for, or that he tortured me. But you were a bull. Thank you. Now I can go home and see my family once more. When I get back to the countryside, I'm gonna boast to all my family and friends that I fought under you. Largo and I are going to stay here and open up a shop. With Crimea undergoing reconstruction, there are going to be a lot of people moving about. We'll open up an inn with good food and drink, and free butter on every table. We'll be rich in no time. We'll let you know when everything's all set up. You can drop in anytime. We'll even give you special rates. Maybe we should call it General Ike's Inn. General Ike, I will be taking my leave of you for the time being. I must return to Binyan and present a report on the war's outcome. Aren't you going to take Binyan soldiers with you? You lent us quite a few. Though the war may be over, it will take many weeks to see the country secure. I spoke with the princess earlier, and she asked that we help if possible, so I'll leave them in your care a while longer. We really do owe Binyan a lot, don't we? In the end, we got not only you, but a whole battalion of reinforcements. General Zelgius and his troops are the reasons we were able to minimize casualties during the final battle. He and his men took care of the retreating Danes and allowed us to focus on the enemies before us. No matter the assistance you had, the victory itself is a result of your strength and leadership. I know two people who will be very pleased to learn of your triumph. Please give my thanks to both the Apostle and Sephiron. I plan to go and thank them myself someday, but... Understood. Farewell, General Ike. I look forward to seeing you again. Farewell. I think I may start over at Binyan. Maybe it's too much, too soon. But I just want to live a more responsible life. Plus, I'm tired of men threatening to break my knees. Goodbye, Ike! Goodbye, General Ike. This war has given me the confidence to enter the service of the Binyan Knights. Thank you so much. Devdan is glad all the fighting stopped. Devdan prefers a peace and quiet. War is not good for anything. Well, we're going home. All of our desert friends are waiting for us, and wow, do we have some stories to share with them. Laguz and Bjork. Perhaps the gap between us has narrowed. War is horrible, yet maybe we've gained something of value after all. Find me when you come to the dunes. We can sit and talk with no fighting. Are you leaving already? Yep, I'm out of here. I've got some important guests to convey to the king. Guests? He's talking about us. We're taking my father to visit Gallia for a while. We Herons, excuse me, I still can't say that word after the entire series, should live somewhere near a forest, after all. Tibarn spoke with King Canigus on our behalf. You're not returning to Serenus. While we made our peace with the Apostle, we're not ready to live there again. I see. You'll be able to return someday. Bjork and Laguz will come to understand and respect each other. I was about to say respect each other, but that's why it sounded like a weird cutoff right there. You may be right. I hope you are. Are you ready? We should be leaving soon. Gifka, I'm in your debt as well. Gallia is a very special place to me. I'd like to visit again someday, if I may. Come whenever you are able. The king will be pleased to see you. And one more thing. Gallia will not spare any effort in aiding Crimea's reconstruction. We will be sending supplies and workers to you shortly. That is much appreciated. Oh wait, Raisin, Liani! What is it? Do you think I could touch the medallion one last time? For my mom and dad? Of course. Go ahead. Put out your hand. Alright. Thank you very much. Is that enough? Yes, I just wanted to say goodbye. Thank you. And you too, Ike. What? I'd also like to give you our heartfelt thanks to your parents as well. For fulfilling the hopes of our sister. Thank you. Yes. Ike, I will help rebuild Crimea too. I will lend you much strength. I can't believe I'm doing this, but I must admit that you've done well. You were a good fighter, too good to leave with these Bjork. We'll meet again. Well, it's about time for us to take wing. We've built quite a close bond, haven't we? This is true. We're especially grateful for your help in Serenus Forest. The next time you're visiting the southern coast, come to Phoenix. The entire country will celebrate your arrival. The country of the Hawk Tribe, eh? That would be kind of fun. I'm interested in what kind of food you eat. We collect berries from trees on peaks that no Bjork could climb. The juices and desserts made from it are beyond compare. We have ocean delicacies, mountain treats. We have everything. I'll pass on the desserts, but I'll take extra helpings of meat. Haha, leave it to me. I hate to interrupt your gleeful chat, but I thought I should tell you. You don't have to visit Kilvis. It's our policy not to invite Bjork into our home, unless they pay well. Ah, King Kilvis. Despite all your posturing, you came to our aid in the end. You turned out to be a better ally than I dare hope for. Ha! Keep your foolish tongue inside your foolish head, and don't tell anyone. I have a reputation to think of. Farewell. And I'm serious about Phoenix, too. Come anytime. General, the bird tribes are in your debt. We are grateful. Please take care. If you ever have any need of the king's eyes, fire a flaming arrow from a high place. I'll see it and come flying. That is, if I'm not busy on an errand for the king. General Ike, I will never ever forget you. Thank you for showing me the error of my ways. I'm just glad it's finally over. Maybe now I can get some sleep. Things are going to be rough in Dayan too. I don't know what the future holds, but I'm heading back. It's my homeland after all. I have played my part. All that remains is for me to take my leave of this place. History will judge my actions. Crimea is an interesting place, but I've decided to travel to Dayan. Perhaps fate will bring us together again. How odd, Inna. We've been both enemies and allies. Thanks to you, Rajayon was saved. And so was I. Thank you. So, you were with King Dayan because you were trying to save Rajayon? Yes. Enna's fiancé went missing many years ago. After Enna finally found him, she came to me for help. She told me that Rajayon was with King Dayan, that he had been warped almost beyond recognition. Long ago, Enna's parents died, and I was unable to do anything for her. Even so, she still came to me for help. No matter what, I had to help her. It was to that end that I used you. I am so sorry. It's all in the past now. There's nothing for you to worry about any longer. Thank you, Ike. Will Enna return to Goldoa? Yes. We must take Rajayon back to his hometown. We? Are you going too, Nasser? Yes, I am. For the first time in decades, I will walk on Goldoan soil. That'll be nice. Take care of yourself, and give my regards to Kurth, Naga. I will, until we meet again. Nasser! I don't know what you thought, but I always trusted you. Except for that one moment when I learned of your deception, I never thought of you as an enemy. Even now you defy my prediction. Prediction? When we were sailing off the coast of Phoenix, remember? I said that war would change how you look at things. And yet, through all that's happened, you've remained the same. I can't just pretend to be anything I'm not. I've never been good at any of that. Please stay that way, Ike. Don't change for anyone. I'll see you again, won't I? Yes, I'm sure of it. The war is over. The Crimean people, who suffered gravely during the harsh Dayan occupation, have at last regained their freedom. These same Crimeans have a saying, no matter how harsh the winter, spring will ever follow. This popular proverb proves true as the warm winds of a change begin to blow across the countryside. The war has left the country in ruins, but the people rise from the ashes and take the first steps towards rebuilding their nation. Though once scorned and despised as subhumans, the Lagoos put aside past enmity and come to the aid of their neighbors. And the Crimeans. Never forget it was Gallia that fought beside them and helped free them from the yoke of Dayan oppression. Led by the examples of Valencia and her retainers, Crimea begins transforming into the land its king had dreamed of. A land where Bjork and Lagoos live together in harmony and equality. As the reconstruction efforts progress, administrative government announces the enthronement of Valencia as the new queen. And now, the day of her crowning arrives. I'm so tired I could fall over. Peace is all well and good, but it sure is busy. We're rebuilding a country. I'm sorry that my speech sounds weird. The text is going as slow as possible. That was completely devastated by war. It's bound to be tough. You're right. I bet Princess Valencia and the people in the palace are twice as busy. Speaking of Valencia, what's she doing? She's in that room over there, surrounded by court officials. They seem really busy. I feel so sorry for her. As long as she's getting at least a little bit of rest. God, I feel so awkward reading this. I'm not worried, but she probably isn't. Maybe if I sang her a lullaby. Oh no. I forgot. You forgot what? I gave the medallion to Racin, but I forgot all about the Galder. Ike, what should we do? Hey, yeah. We never did find out who Altina is, did we? She was the only one who could sing the Galder I was gonna predict and say Galder release. Well, when things calm down, we'll have to head out and search for her. Is that Altina you speak of? One of the three who defeated the Dark God? Hey! Saffron! So you made it! Did you? Did he? Maybe this is an illusion, Ike. I arrived mere moments ago. Let me congratulate you on a successful end to your journey. Thank you. Please, tell me, do you know who Altina is? Of course. Altina founded my homeland of Benyan. Oh, then it was a mistake. We can't give a song to someone who died so long ago. There is one who yet shares both bloodline and name, the true heir of Altina. Who is it? Sanaki Kirch Altina, none other than the Apostle herself. The Apostle? Is this something everyone in Binyan would be aware of? No, there are very few who know that name. Why do you ask? The Apostle is Altina. Oh, I'm so relieved, and exhausted too. Ike, I'm going back to my room. See you later, Saffron. That was rather sudden. Did I say something to cause her distress? No, nothing like that. It's just that so much has happened between Binyan and Serenis. Would you tell me about it? I would hear what you have to say on this matter. Sure. To tell the truth. Thank God we didn't have to sit through that in a robotic faction. I see. The assassination of the Apostle, the Serenis massacre, and the use of the medallion to revive the Dark God. All of it was part of Ashnard's grand scheme. That's the conclusion we came to. You have me at a loss. Why is that? For many years, I have walked these lands, watching, listening, and never did I uncover what you have found. Now that you have presented me with this information, I don't know what to say. I merely fulfilled the hopes of my father and my mother. Now you speak from hindsight. Rescuing Princess Crimea, winning the Apostle's trust, and defeating King Dayan. With Laguz at your side, no less. You have accomplished all of these miraculous things. I had trusted and valiant companions at my side. It was only through their support that I was able to do these things. Ever the humble one, eh? Now then, before I return home, may I hear the Galder of release? I must convey it to the Apostle. You would do that. None of you can leave Crimea. The new queen will need your strength. I suppose that will be the case for a little while, won't it? A little while. You are the hero of Crimea, General Ike. If you wish it, no post will be beyond your reach. I don't care about any of that. It's more trouble than it's worth. And I don't see the value of being some fancy lord. When the country's safe, I'm giving up that title and everything and going back to being a simple mercenary. Truly, you are a... It's something strange. Yes, it's very... I think that's enough. I'm so sorry. Unbelievable. Despite all appearances, you're really quite rude. Commander, may I have a minute? Sure. What is it, Titania? Princess Alencia. Oop. It's Queen Alencia, isn't it? The court ministers want Queen Alencia and you to come out onto the balcony and greet the people. What? Greet the people? Me? Yes, you. I've done what I was asked to do. Now hurry up and get going. Hey! Titania! Ah, nuts. Why do I... What's going on? The people of Crimea wish to see their hero and to sing his praises, even if the hero himself protests. If they want a greeting, surely their new queen, Alencia, would suffice. I'll go speak to her. Thus do heroes give birth to new chapters in history. Ike, I doubt if you've even noticed. Your story, the everyday mercenary who becomes a hero, will awaken ugly appetite and ambition in many. It will be the cause of strife and discord throughout the land. I'm certain Ashnard saw the truth in this. In a way, Ashnard's dream may have been fulfilled. The seeds of war have indeed been sown across the continent. It appears your trials are just beginning. My gallant young hero, may the goddess ride with you.
What's wrong? Everyone's waiting to see you.
I'm nervous. I've spent my whole life in hiding. It's just no one ever taught me how to rule a kingdom. I don't think I'm ready to be their queen. I don't think I'm ever really going to be ready.
What's the matter with you?
Ike, stop it. How can I—
Did anyone teach you how to hire mercenaries?
No, but that's not the same.
How to win back lost allies? How to win back your lost kingdom?
That's different.
No, it's not. You've done such an amazing job, and I think you always will.
I see.
All right. Come on. We'll do this. Together.
Thank you, my Lord Ike. I am so blessed to have met you.
And so it was that in the spring of the year 646, Alencia Rydell Crimea saw peace return to her homeland. In the years to follow, the story of Queen Alencia and her noble hero Ike spread across the land and inspired the songs of many a wandering troubadour.
And that's Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. I don't even know what to say at this point. There were times where, when I first set out to do this project, I expected to be done in 2 months. I started this project in June of 2017. At the time of recording this, it is October. October. It's been more than 2 months. There were times where I wasn't sure if I was ever going to be able to get through this, and to be honest, from a commentary standpoint, this has probably been my most challenging Let's Play yet. I feel like there are plenty of times where I just couldn't come up with good commentary. I was running out of things to talk about, things were getting awkward, but I'm glad I never stopped trying. And I think that's a really important lesson to take away, a really important thing to take away. is that even if it's not turning out the way you want to, try. I will admit I have not been the happiest with how things went in this series. I think there are some things that went really well. For the most part, like the unit bios, I kind of wish I did a little more research into them. I feel like I could have provided a lot more information on that front. I also tend to be very self-critical, so that I'm going to probably be more critical of myself than anything else. But I really hope that I showed you guys how great this game is, why I love it. And I will say one thing against this game is that after playing Fire Emblem Heroes and listening to Ike's voice actor in there, it is really jarring to go back to this game and listen to Ike's original voice actor. His new voice actor does him so much more justice. Not to discredit his original voice actor, but his new voice actor is much more fitting. But yeah, this is the first Fire Emblem game I ever played, but it wasn't actually the first Fire Emblem game I completed. The story of how I actually got this game was that my mom, she has a friend who's really into RPGs, and she likes lending games to my mom, recommending games. And one day my mom came home with, when I was in like 5th grade or 4th, no, I was in 5th grade, I remember, I was in 5th grade. And my mom came home with 2 GameCube discs. One was Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. And my mom told me and my sister that, hey, you might like this. Go try it out. And she also brought another game, Baten Kaitos. I actually played a few minutes of that and never played any more of it and didn't care for it, but I've heard good things about it. But this game amazed me from like the moment I saw it. Like the very idea of this game. I've always been really big into Zelda, and I love like the medieval fantasy feel of it, and this game just sort of spoke to that. And I thought it was super cool. I never did get that far in the game before I had to give the disc back. I only got a few chapters in, my sister got a few chapters further, but we both loved the game. And then the story that made me really upset was, I was subscribed to Nintendo Power. For those of you who don't know, Nintendo Power was a magazine about Nintendo stuff, Nintendo news, Nintendo content. They closed down a few years back. I don't remember exactly when. I think it was in middle school when they closed down. Actually, it's been a long while. It feels like it's been forever since they closed down. But they actually published about Radiant Dawn, the sequel to Path of Radiance. And I saw this, and I recognized the title immediately, and I literally just took this magazine up to my mom and showed her and says, get this. This is the game that I want. She got it for my sister for Christmas. She owns it. Yeah, I was not happy when that happened. I did get a chance to play it, and it actually ended up being the first Fire Emblem game I ever completed. In fact, it was the game I beaten, but my sister has not beaten, but it's still owned by her, because it was a present to her. Years later, when I was in early high school, I really wanted to go back and play this game, because I remember I never finished it. So, I did a little research. I begged my mom to take me to a GameStop that was like an hour from our house, where they actually had a used copy of Path of Radiance. And I got it for like $50. It's more expensive than you would have gotten it, but enough that not compared to the absurd prices you see today for used copies of Path of Radiance. And yeah, that was really something. I was so glad I was able to play through the game, and I'm glad I was able to play through it again. I have attempted to play through it a few times, but I have a really bad habit of starting to play a game and then never finishing it. And I kind of want to stay quiet so you can hear this, but this is the lyrics to Life Returns. Now, I'm going to continue talking. But this is my first, complete start-to-end playthrough, and I think that's something that Let's Playing has done great for me in general, is sort of, I wouldn't say it's broke me of that habit, but it's definitely gave me more motivation to finish playing a game after I started. There were many times throughout this Let's Play where I kind of just wanted to cancel it, because I was unhappy with how it was going. I felt like my commentary was really bad. And, honestly, I don't know how this will be looking back on this. Because I look back at my first Let's Play Skyward Sword and think, wow, that wasn't really that great. When at the time I finished it, I thought I did a decent job on that. I'm just amazed this series is finally over. Like, I didn't think whenever I finish a series, and this is only my 4th Let's Play ever, but it feels surreal to actually finish a game knowing that I'm done. I did it. I've produced the series single-handedly for you guys, and I really hope you guys enjoy it. Any sort of, like, critical or, like, constructive criticism is appreciated. I feel like there's a lot of things that went wrong with the series, but I'm trying to remain positive and look at the positive side of stuff. I've admittedly been struggling a lot in my personal life recently. I've been dealing with a lot of things, not happy things that I don't really want to go too much into detail, but it's been hard, and I think that's reflected in some of my commentary over the series. The point is, whenever you mess up with something, I say just try again. I don't know exactly how to put this, but like, I was upset with my first take of reading the dialogue for the final chapter, so I redid it. And I'm glad I redid it. I was tempted to just stop the recording right there and not even try again, because I just felt terrible. Yeah. Well, thank you to everyone who's watched this, to everyone who's subscribed recently. Voice crack. I know views-wise this series didn't perform that well, and that definitely contributed to me feeling like the series just wasn't that great in general. It's just the fact that it didn't bring in as many views as Splatoon did. And I think that's also just due to the fact that it's Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. It's not a super popular game. It's enough that you say, oh, I know that guy from Smash Brothers, and that's about it. Well, with that, I do want to give a special thanks to, well, friends who supported me throughout this. They probably aren't watching this, and they probably may never watch this. But I do want to give my thanks to them. They've helped me through hard times. And honestly, playing this game has given me a new appreciation for the game and for the world this game is built. I've always held that Tellius was one of my favorite games. The Tellius games, Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn, were my favorite games in the series. And I still hold that. And with that, our adventure has come to a close. Hard to believe, right? Well, not just yet, because we have to go through records. We gotta see how long it took us to complete each chapter, and we gotta go through a little more stuff with unit statistics. Yeah, that's in every Fire Emblem game. Though, this Fire Emblem game does not contain individual unit endings, rather that most Fire Emblem games will have like a little text blurb saying what happened to the character after the war. This game does not have that. I think it's the only Fire Emblem game that doesn't have that. And the idea was that when you saw everyone talking to Ike in the end, that was sort of meant to replace that. So that was the idea behind that. You can see Daybreaks took a lot of time in turn, but that's also because, you know, it's Daybreaks. It was a 4-part chapter. Nothing too noticeable, too notable. I guess Without a King took a long time. Jeez, 27 turns? But some of these others are taking less turns than I thought. I'm surprised. I thought these lasted longer. I think Moment of Fate counts the turns against the Black Knight. And yeah, with that you can see we spend quite some time on the final chapter. And with that we will get to see in-game statistics. So basically the game does keep track through the entire game. How many battles your unit won, and you get to see a list of all who fell. Oh boy, it fell so soon. Yes, I remember every death, and I remember being very upset over every death. And to think Soren almost joined them. And Khalil too, Khalil almost joined them. I'm still upset I never got to show Rex Bull, but oh well, what can you do? There's definitely some dialogue I would have liked to show, like Boyd obviously would have had some lines towards the end when all the Grail mercenaries were like rallied together. I never got a chance to show the triangle attack, but even then I wouldn't have shown it because I wasn't using Rolf. But yeah, you didn't get to see Marcia's end of the game quote. Never got... Still upset that Black Knight fight did not go as I thought it would. That was upsetting to me. I did not think it was going to go south that quickly. And honestly, if I had like one more point of speed, he wouldn't have been doubled at all the entire fight, and I think that fight would have gone a lot better. And also, he just needed to proc Aether. I think the fight also just came down to him, whether he procced Aether or not, and he did it like once. And it wasn't enough. Which is a shame. You can see Ulki and Valencia didn't get a lot of wins, but I'm glad I trained them nonetheless. I don't really have any regrets with the units I used throughout this playthrough. I was pleasantly surprised by Har. I never used Har before, so I was pleasantly surprised by him. I never used Khalil before either, so that was definitely a pleasant surprise. I like how Titania was only used for the first few chapters, and she still has more wins than a lot of my units. You see it stops here, but some units haven't been accounted for. You'll see why in a second. That's right. With the 5th most amount of wins, Astrid. 4th, Mia. 3rd goes to Nephany. 2nd to Jill. And of course, Ike takes the lead. I believe on my first playthrough, Mia got the most wins with Boyd, like 5 wins behind him. Mia had like 95 wins. It was ridiculous. And with that, that's Fire Emblem Path of Radiance. Thank you guys so much for watching. I have one bonus episode coming, and then we'll be moving on to the next Let's Play. Thank you guys so much for watching, and, well, until next time, let's see where the wind takes us.